So as you guys can see, I pretty much already like have my brows done. And the first thing that I did was I used Studio Finish Concealer by MAC all over my eyelid to provide as an eyeshadow base just to even out the skin tone and make those eyeshadow colors last longer and the colors pop a little bit better. So on top of that, as an eyeshadow base, I'm going to be using a grease paint stick by MAC, and this is called Green Grease. It's just kind of like a dark emerald green. And they call them grease paint sticks because they are somewhat like greasy. So just those with oily skin, you got to kind of be aware. But as long as you prep your skin prior to doing your makeup properly, it should be a problem creasing. I never really have a problem with that. And if you want to know how I prep my skin prior to putting on makeup, check out my oil control video. But anyway, so this is the Green Grease paint stick. I'm going to take this, and it's also water resistant and it dries fast. So you got to pack it on and then be quick to rub it out, because once it dries, it's like staying put, pretty much. And then I'm going to put a little bit along my bottom lash line. And then rub that out, smooth it out. And it's really pretty, like almost by itself too. I really like this one. So there you go, we got our base laid out. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work pretty much from the top down, from my brow bone down. I'm going to use rice paper as my brow bone highlight. I wanted something that was kind of shimmery, something that would look good with like my corals. So that's what I'm using, and I'm going to apply that with my 252 shader brush by MAC. I'm just going to slightly pack it on at the highest peak, and then blend it outward from there. It only takes a little bit of highlight to get that effect. You don't need to really pack that on, because you know that's gonna look kind of crazy if you do. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying two crease colors. One is Rule, just a regular orange matte, and the other is Passionate. Rule is really pretty by itself as a crease color for this look. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for, but since I'm wearing some pink in my outfit, I wanted to spice it up with Passionate, but Rule by itself is just as pretty, and I'll show you. I'm going to take my 224 blending brush, just pack that color on, and work that into my crease in circular motions because we want it to look like airbrushed. Then I'm going to go in with some Passionate on top of that, the pink color, and just a little bit. Remember, this is optional. If you want it to look a little pink, add a little bit more color to it. It's completely up to you. So we've got our crease colors laid out. Next, I'm going to take my 219 pencil brush by MAC and a Pro color, which is bottle green, probably one of my favorite Pro colors. It's just a dark green. And I'm going to pack that on with my pencil brush and lay some of that green under my bottom lash line. And then carry it into my crease and pack some of that onto that outer corner, or your outer V, whatever you refer it to. We're going to pack it on first, and then we're going to take our 222 or 217, whatever, you know, your favorite blending brush of choice. I'm going to get a little bit more bottle green on the brush, and then I'm going to buff that out. Buff that on into the crease. Just keep buffing until you don't want to see any harsh lines, harsh edges. And basically I'm just going back and forth in circular motions. And sometimes you can rotate between, you know, sometimes I do windshield wipers, up and down and up and down and up and down, and then buff out any of the harsh lines that effect may create, because you want everything to look pretty much airbrushed. And I mean, you can't really like overblend as long as you stay within the limits of your crease. It doesn't really hurt to, you know. I'm going to take my clean 224, and just around the edges, just buff it out just so that everything transitions evenly. Once again, just more blending. Next, I'm going to take satin taupe, and this is going to be kind of like a base for the glitter I'm going to be using. And I'm going to take another 252 shader brush and apply some of that satin taupe right on my lid, into my inner corner, a little bit on the bottom lash line too. Just a little bit. It's just going to be a base to help that glitter that we're going to be using pop. Next, I'm going to be using, this is one of my favorite pro glitters, Reflex Antique Gold. This one often comes out like with the holiday collection, so if you don't have a pro card or you're not able to access a pro store and you want this glitter, don't worry about it. They usually release it for holiday because it is like really, a really like holiday-esque glitter. I'm going to get a little bit of that on my 252 brush, and it's very, very important because this is a loose glitter. When you try to apply this to your face, it's going to be all over the place. So I'm going to give it a spray with Fix Plus. Pack it on the brush first, and then spray the product on the brush, not the product itself. You're going to ruin it. And then I'm going to pack that on. I'm going to apply a little bit more on my brush, give it a quick spray, and then pack it on. And it doesn't necessarily have to have any product on it, but I'm going to go around the edges of where I applied that glitter just to clean it up and just to erase any of the harsh lines. And then again with my bottle green, just buff it out so that everything transitions evenly every time you apply a new color. I'm going to go back to my 219 and a little bit of that rice paper, and I'm going to apply that as an inner V color. Just a little bit right there, just to kind of brighten up the face. Just like that. And then buff out everything, even it out. Next, depending on if this is a nighttime event for you or a daytime, I'm going to go ahead and apply my Black Track Fluid Line, which is just a black liquid liner, or gel liner, I should say. You could use black liquid liner if you choose. If I was going out at night with this look, I would take a black like feline, and I would wear that in my waterline underneath, in the waterline once again, just so we don't get any confusion. If I was going in daytime, which is, it's daytime right now, I would take like one of the chroma lines by MAC, and I would get the one that's like maybe like NW15, NW20, I don't remember the name of it, but basically anything that's kind of like a beige color for the waterline, just because it's still daytime and you don't want to have a look that's too dark and too heavy. But this look is daytime wearable with that, you know, beige in the waterline. So I'm pretty much going to add my liner and then do the rest of my makeup and then add the lips, and I'll show you guys the completed look. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.